I need to know if you'll give me a second chance. They don't come around often, but please, you know I can't stand it when you don't talk to me, when you don't talk to me, yeah. There's something inside, yeah, there's something inside that brings me back to you, yeah. No, I can't hide it, no, I can't hide it anymore. To get you off my mind, and I know it's true, and I'll say this to you, I want you back. There's something inside, yeah, there's something inside that brings me back to you, yeah. No, I can't hide it, no, I can't hide it anymore.
You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning, you wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face, got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you break your back to make me feel again. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread with the angels. Fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break, swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind.
Looks like we've come to the end of the road. There's no point in running away now. I'd rather sleep until the storm is gone. She'd rather be shooting at me now. I know it will end up in anger. I don't think we grew up, we just became older. She's aiming her words, ready to fire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire. Looks like a blink of an eye's not enough. She'd rather be staying for days now. I'd rather fix it than mess up again. She'd rather be burning it all now. I know it will end up in anger. I don't think we grew up, we just became older. She's aiming her words, ready to fire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire.
Looking forward to it. Great contribution on the True Geordie yesterday, says Patrick Topane. Thank you very much. Did enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you're new. But Sheffield United starting with a player down injured at the moment, and I think they'll have to knock that ball out because
well, their last day in the Premier League was all too brief. They're determined this time that it should be memorable and that it should last longer. And here's David McGoldrick already trying to work an opening for the hosts, who ended Maurizio Pochettino's reign in their last game and now come into facing the last club that Jose Mourinho managed. Different mentality at the club now, though.
There's a little bit of uncertainty as to whether Phil Jones would play as one of a back three or in midfield. He is left of Harry Maguire with Lindelof to the right. So it is Manchester United with a 3/5 at the back.
I think it's only the second time they've started with a back three in the Premier League this season, Liverpool being the other one, and they got a result that suited them that day.
Yeah, and there could be many reasons for it. Obviously to match Sheffield United up in some way. I think more than likely, look at that midfield of Fred and Pereira, and you would think you'd need some stability behind that. 5 does give it.
Still no Nemanja Matic, he's not even in the squad. James Garner was thought of as another option, but he's on the bench. Touch from Fleck, who gets it back and swings one in that's headed away by Jones as far as Bulldog. Followed into that area by Williams, who gets the break and the goal kick.
Well, Manchester United were short in central midfield at the start of this season. Looking pretty bleak in there at the moment.
It is the point that has to be made all the time in terms of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the need to get to certain transfer windows to bolster a squad that, despite all the spending, still at times looks painfully short. Musset's pulled up, which is a concern for Sheffield United. James with the layoff. Musset still down, but Sheffield United playing on around him. They're lacking in the middle at the moment. McGoldrick here holding it up. Here's Stevens. Again short on options in the middle. Musset only now back to his feet.
Yeah, and his own teammates work for knocking it out for him. He's continued. It's Fred with the challenge. Yeah, saw those ones.
He has been able to hobble his way via the handshake from the man who committed the offence into a position. Eyes lighting up at the prospect of this Ollie Norwood corner, which clears everybody. Big day for Ollie Norwood, who joined Manchester United's academy at the age of 7. Was part of a youth team that included Jesse Lingard, who's on the United bench today. Release to go to Huddersfield. There's Jesse Lingard amongst the United substitutes.
It was a strange position that Harry Maguire took up there, 3 or 4 yards right in front of David De Gea.
Martial.
Centre halves. We mentioned the adjustment for the fullbacks, but it must be for the centre halves as well here. This change of setup. James losing out in the end to O'Connell, picked up again though by James. Here's Fred.
Scored in each of his last
Van Bissaka. Now Pereira.
Which is something he's never previously achieved in his career.
Fred.
This match with 5 goals in his last 5 Manchester United appearances.
It only to Anthony Martial.
Nicked by Van Bissaka.
Short for Fred, breaks off Norwood, cleared by Bulldog, looking instantly for Musset, but Lindelof in position.
James. We've seen in the early stages Manchester United not to.
Here's Rashford. Followed out there by Basham. Appears to have taken a knock. Here's Lindelof. Bissaka managing to escape his man. It's on by Martial. Sheffield United 5 matches unbeaten and the second best defensive record in the Premier League. Only Leicester top Chris Wilder's side in that regard. Jagielka. Now Ender Stevens. Lindelof away. Norwood. Simon Moore, the goalkeeper, was actually briefly at Cardiff under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, although promptly loaned out during that spell to Bristol City. Here's Rashford.
United just settled down. I thought Sheffield United started the game better in that first 2 or 3 minutes, but Manchester United just got a little bit of a grip of possession here.
Here's Fred. Given away by Fred when Martial was expecting it to his feet. Manchester United, despite their lowly position, relatively speaking, still a big draw, sell-out crowd here. And it's drawing the sting from that crowd that will have been their aim in the opening exchanges.
Well, Manchester United's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's record this season away from home has been really poor. And when they concede first, they struggle. Be very aware of that. They've let too many games drift.
The only win was against another promoted team, Norwich City, on the day when they won 3-1 and managed to miss 2 penalties as well. Williams losing out to David McGoldrick. Mousset through the middle. Phil Jones comes back to nick it away from him. Here's Maguire. Rashford. Initially got a toe to it, and then Norwood helped out. Switch by Lundstrom. Here's Ender Stevens. Fleck. Now O'Connell. Breaks down off Mousset. He then takes down Pereira. Mousset seems to have been discomforted on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, just his arm. Pereira's arm into his face.
Maguire. Fred. Here's Jones. Now Lindelof. Jones. Manchester United wasteful in possession again.
Both teams sloppy in midfield in possession. You could also argue that the front three of Manchester United's movement non-existent there. James, Martial and Rashford all just being marked and not really interchanging or making a movement behind that Sheffield United defence.
Visitors certainly shouldn't be found wanting in terms of pace against a centre-half here in Jagielka, who at the age of 37 is making his first Premier League start of the season. Hasn't got on before the 64th minute of any league match in this campaign so far. But he is a survivor of the last 2 league meetings between these clubs, both of which were won by the United of Manchester. Switch wide by Norwood. Now Fleck. Lundstrom! Well, he caught it cleanly enough and he made the goalkeeper act. McGoldrick! And again the goalkeeper reacts. Fine double save from De Gea, who shows why he's a man back at the top of his game.
Well, that was David De Gea, back to his best. It's a really good strike, but he anticipates it really well and gets down so early and pushes it wide. And Sheffield United keep it alive, and you think he must score. But De Gea's reactions, wonderful.
Here's Jones. Now Lindelof. Well, he was seriously under par as Manchester United's results suffered last year. David De Gea. He's had the problem recently of losing his international place as well, although that may change now that Luis Enrique is back in the hot seat. Well, we've seen a couple of glimpses there of why David De Gea is so highly regarded.
The second one's a massive chance for Sheffield United. You'd always say, as a striker, head down, wouldn't have given De Gea a chance, but with it being close to him and at a good height, it's allowed him to react.
Almost under pressure with his footwork as well there, and here's Brandon Williams just stumbling on the ball and then being caught by John Lundstrom, who's a little disbelieving of the free kick given against him.
Yeah, young Brandon Williams just been caught on the ball a couple of times now, just tripping over it. Eventually he does get fouled.
From the man who brought the first save out of De Gea.
The first one was a really good strike. The second one, you think he must score, head it down, and it's within David De Gea's reach. Still had to be a strong hand.
Musa, Fleck, now Norwood. This is Basham. Back by Bulldog. Jagielka, a hopeful one more than anything, but Musa battling well with Harry Maguire, who feels he was impeded.
Yeah, he was just caught on his heels a little bit, Maguire, on the first pass over. He didn't get himself into a good position. Ooh.
Jones went in to engage first with Musa, then with Norwood. Manchester United have got the free kick.
Every time you see Phil Jones going into a tackle, you always think the ball's going to burst. Fair dues to them both. They got on with it.
He's had such limited game time of late. Phil Jones has been unlucky with injuries as well.
No wonder going into challenges like that. I don't know if he's been unlucky at all. He's been lucky.
Stevens just anticipated that against Wan-Bissaka.
I know we're laughing, but Phil Jones is an experienced defender now, and just trying to stop himself getting those types of injuries. He has to try and control himself going into challenges like that. There's no need for it. He's brave.
Click continue to get these free tools.
You will cause yourself a problem and take a risk if you go into challenges in that way.
But he's not a youngster anymore, is he? If
No.
he's not learned at 27, will he ever learn?
Click.
Here he is.
Just a few times Manchester United have been on the ball in this position, and you just can't find a way into the strikers. There again, it's a struggle.
Well won by Basham.
Rashford, Martial and James have got to move a lot more than they are.
Musa carrying the fight past Jones, carrying it on to Maguire. He's judged to have pulled back at his man. The linesman who flagged.
I think it was a few years ago that I first used the term that Phil Jones was doing front crawl, but he's doing it again. It's a foul in the end. You're thinking, is it going to be a penalty at one point, because they've got sandwiched in between the two Manchester United centre-backs. This is a similar one for Manchester United, Harry Maguire. They have got a problem with that ball in behind them. They're not comfortable.
Well, even though the referee is taking some flack here, these things are, of course, checked by VAR, for which Graham Scott is in control today.
and Muse running in behind them, harassing them.
Space here for James. Cleared by Basham.
He was free, James. Didn't quite get the connection right with the movement of Rashford in the middle.
Lindelof. Cleared by Stevens. Maguire in charge, now Fred. Martial had set off, and for a moment there it looked as though the stumble by O'Connell might just have let him in. And here's Fleck. Basham to Bulldog. Lundstrom. Norwood. Here's O'Connell. Stevens rolling it into the path of Muse, who's caused problems for that backline already.
It was a really good pass into him. He has to do better.
Rashford just couldn't get the connection to help it onto Martial.
As does Rashford.
With Bulldog lost out to Fred. He's not getting any free kick for that challenge. And there have been some frustration in that from Andreas Pereira.
Yeah, he flew in. And lunges forward to try and make the block. Just catches him on the follow through.
Norwood going long, looking for Muse to give Jones nightmares again, and he has. He's bundled him out of the way, Lys Muse, and Lundstrom is denied. Fleck isn't. John Fleck follows up, and Sheffield United get their lead. But that owes so much to the determination of Muse to see off Jones in the first place.
Well, if ever a goal had been coming, the warning signs were there. Maguire, Jones. They can't handle the running of Muse and McGoldrick in behind them. I mean, it's agricultural, it's a channel ball. The easiest ball in the world for a centre-back to deal with, and Phil Jones doesn't deal with it. And Sheffield United get their just rewards, a little bit of good fortune at the end. He just has a look over his shoulder, and in that moment he loses control of the duel. And Sheffield United, look at them, 4 in the box. Get off. And Muse, lovely little pullback. And Fleck gets his reward for following in.
Well, his smile can be one of relief now because any VAR check has been completed. So he can be assured that it stands as his second of the season. John Fleck, who scored in the last game here against Burnley, does so again. And Manchester United are in difficulties again.
Manchester United's record when they go a goal behind away from home has been poor. Sometimes watching Manchester United away from home, it's almost like they're shocked that the other team are up for it and that they're at it, and their energy, look at them, getting to the ball.
And it wasn't as if they hadn't had the warning with Muse already.
No, he'd given Maguire a tough time, he'd given Jones a tough time just before that. Third time lucky. But for a centre-back, I have to say, the channel ball that you can see coming from 50 yards away is such a simple ball to be able to deal with, it really is.
Lundstrom's in a good position again here. Jones more solid that time, but Muse still looking for a way through. The roadblock put up by Maguire, who seemed to hurt himself in making the challenge.
They're getting messed around, those centre-backs.
Here's Lundstrom.
And again.
Forced to ground by Jones, who's given away the free kick this time. He doesn't look comfortable in that channel at all.
No, they're getting bullied. And what happens then, it starts to play with your mind, and you start doing rash things, making fouls and tackles and trying to win the ball where you shouldn't, losing all your composure. And he knows, looking at it, crowd can smell it, the fear. Keep putting it in that channel.
Well, John Fleck, the man who gave Sheffield United that lead, is the man who takes this free kick and again causes palpitations in the visitors' back line.
Well, you just think it's the type of delivery that should get headed out by the near post. Block. It was Rashford at the near post. I'm not quite sure what happened to him. Why did he move? Caused his teammates an absolute nightmare. He's there again. Can't shift from that space. You've got to go and attack it.
Norwood's corner. All the way back out to Jagielka, who couldn't get a clear enough sight of it. Cleared to Fred. Stevens trying to keep the pressure on. Lindelof clears, only to Basham. Lundstrom.
To say they're unnerved is an understatement. This Manchester United back line. The front three haven't started yet. It's fair to say, but the back line are causing a lot of problems. And Sheffield United so confident. Passing it with tempo. Chasing every ball down. Also, the front two really are causing a big problem.
Stevens going long and De Gea dabbling in fine margins.
Could be 2-0 down Manchester United. You think about that chance that McGoldrick had, the header.
Well, they're a team, Sheffield United, built on common sense management. Chris Wilder pretty dismissive of any tactical changes that Manchester United might have made. They just concentrate on what they do and do so well, and they are doing so well here. Pereira.
That's a few times though, the movement of the front three, James just standing, Martial standing, Rashford. Look at them, three of them there in your picture.
This time it's Fleck who's won it from Pereira, who dawdled on it. Now McGoldrick. David McGoldrick. Straight at De Gea. But Sheffield United are all over them.
Absolutely right. Pereira getting caught on the ball, but I have to say he's not been helped in front of him by the lack of movement, and then McGoldrick's off. Too close to De Gea again, but they're rampant, Sheffield United.
So dominant. All 5 attempts on target for Sheffield United so far. But for De Gea, the position would be worse.
A lot to think about for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. His team just haven't started in any area of the pitch. Midfielders have passed it poorly. Front three immobile. Back players, no words.
They haven't now kept a clean sheet away from home in the Premier League since last February at Fulham. Here's McGoldrick. Puts too much on it for Ender Stevens. Nice idea, just a little off with the execution. McGoldrick.
We talk about all the tactics and different things, but football is a game of attitude when it comes down to it, and the attitude of one team is completely different than the other.
And yet it's the one thing you don't hear Chris Wilder praise about his own team. He almost expects that as a given.
Wow. They look desperate though to win every single tackle, every single ball. Manchester United so poor in this first 25 minutes.
Belted clear by Harry Maguire, for whom so far this has been a disappointing return to his native territory. Lundstrom. Looking to build from the back again now. Jagielka to O'Connell. Stevens. McGoldrick lets it run. Fleck the man in behind. Three making moves to his right. Jones on the stretch. Mousse trying to screen it from Williams. Jones away. Norwood. Here's Fleck.
For Sheffield United, go for the throat now. Manchester United surely can't be this bad for the rest of the game. Absolutely awful all over the pitch. And Harry Maguire's going crazy at Daniel James. Look at him screaming there. Going absolutely mad at him. If I was Daniel James, I'd go and have a go back and say, sort your own ship out.
Jagielka into the face of his own colleague. Into the face of John Fleck.
That was ship, by the way.
I thought so. Here's Martial. Wan-Bissaka. Now Pereira. Maguire. Now Jones.
Where's the movement? Where is the movement of that front three? Rashford comes short eventually.
It's Fred. Now Williams. Martial close and managed to get his shot away.
And a little bit of life and a shot nearly 30 minutes in. Does well, Martial, just shifts it out of his feet. Just gets it away with his left foot.
Well, it's the first work, really, that the Sheffield United goalkeeper on his Premier League debut has had to do, if you can call that work. Relatively straightforward for the 29-year-old Premier League debutant. Baldock. Now John Lundstrom. This is Basham. Williams taking the full force of that.
Yeah, the movement, the rotation's really good. Doesn't quite get the delivery, and just wins. Brandon Williams.
Williams okay to defend the corner. And John Fleck caused them a scare with one from this side last time. Among those they'll have their eyes on. The corner around the back. Confident take from David De Gea. Here's Pereira. Now Maguire. Here's Pereira. Cleared by Jack O'Connell.
In the early parts of the game, Sheffield United were pressing a little bit higher. They just sat back into a shape. A little bit now.
Here's Fred. Pressure exerted by David McGoldrick. Here's Pereira. Given away by Pereira, not for the first time. Norwood finding Mousse.
So bad. Unforced. Sheffield United looking really confident, arrogant almost on the ball.
And Baldock rolling it into the path of Basham. Bulldog. Header clear by Maguire. McGoldrick. If he knew he would have been offside, Lindstrom. This is Fred. Offside Rashford.
You look close, maybe just by a foot.
Well, the weekend of football continues with our Monday night action. Steve Bruce's return to Villa Park as Newcastle manager, live on Sky Sports Premier League from 7 o'clock tomorrow and in Ultra HD. Maguire. That's Fred. On by Fleck. Lindelof. Trying to get in front of Martial, does enough. Here's Lundstrom. Now Bulldog. Lundstrom. McGoldrick. Norwood. Jones. Jones being out-battled, out-muscled, that led to the Sheffield United goal, which is by no means an unfair reflection on the way the match has been. Possibly deserving of more, the hosts. Manchester United looking for a route back into it now with James. Turned behind by O'Connell.
Yeah, I was going to say it would be a success for Manchester United if they got in at half-time 1-0 down. And Sheffield United, they might rue not going killing the game off, but United have attacked just now, and James just getting a little bit of freedom on that right-hand side.
Fred goes short. Wan-Bissaka. Pereira. Delivered by Fred. No sympathy for Harry Maguire on his return to his old stamping ground.
He's going mad, Harry Maguire.
He's given Maguire the extra honour of the captain's armband on his return here today. Solskjaer being taunted with sacked in the morning chants. Here's Norwood. Fleck caught by Pereira. They've struggled to gain control in that area.
Oh, nothing at all in central midfield, but you always knew before the game, Fred and Pereira is not a midfield. It's a couple of players that they've got left that they've had to put in there.
Lundstrom. Swung in first time by Norwood. Cleared for now by Lindelof, but only to Ender Stevens. McGoldrick. Getting out of trouble. Here's James. Fred has made a decent burst through the middle if you can find him. O'Connell, though, hooks it away.
What a defensive piece of work that was from O'Connell.
It's a foul by Jagielka going into Anthony Martial.
It looked like he was in a bit of trouble. It looked like he was over his head. Fred had made a good run from central midfield.
Pereira's kick. Glanced away by Chris Basham. And kept in by George Baldock. And Mousse got away from Fred, but not from Pereira. Now Lundstrom. Fleck has Stevens to his left. Nice little combination. Stevens unable to provide the cross.
And he's quick to recover, Wan-Bissaka. Sheffield United's play again, fantastic. Good little 1-2. He can get back in, his recovery speed is incredible.
Premier League's top tackler statistically, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. A lot of the danger from Manchester United's viewpoint in this first half has come on the opposite side, which is where the goal stemmed from.
You see that Harry Maguire position again from the goal kick from David De Gea is a really strange one.
Here's Pereira. keeping control against Marcus Rashford.
And he'll be happy, Phil Jagielka, who's been able just to control that back three in the first half. This is the goal again. You just look how deep it is. Norwood's in possession. He just played a long pass, really, which should be easy to read. But Muse really is aggressive. And then there's a bit of quality, but then a bit of good fortune as well that you get from when you follow up.
And if the expression was one of embarrassment from the way he'd finished it, Fleck, but he'll take that all day long. It's his first game, Fleck, against United in exactly 9 years. The last one was in a Champions League group game for Rangers. How far Manchester United have fallen since then, but Sheffield United a growing force. Remember, a victory will take them back into the top 5 of the Premier League table.
It's an amazing job he's done with the same group of players virtually from last season.
Yeah, which is always the dilemma for a manager. Do they trust the players who got them here, or do they change things completely for the new level? He's taken the old school approach, and it's paying dividends. Here's Maguire. Jones. Well, a relatively comfortable first half for Simon Moore. Just that one straightforward effort from Martial that he's had to deal with. And if Sheffield United can see out this added minute, they'll be going in with a half-time lead.
Half-time lead they fully deserve. Really good team performance in the first half.
Against Manchester United, giving it away cheaply. Fred that time to Fleck. Here's Stevens.
It's the first time I've been here this season and seen Sheffield United live, but you just look at a team that knows exactly what each other's going to do, in sync with each other all over the pitch.
Yes, there is an obsession these days with rotation, but that's not how Chris Wilder does it. Changes are as necessary. There's been the odd bit of change at the top end of the pitch, but the midfield and the back line has stayed relatively stable. And it's all paying dividends for Sheffield United, who are all smiles at half-time thanks to the goal from John Fleck, following in on Lundstrom's initial effort. But after some great work from Musain, putting the pressure under Phil Jones, who's been part of a very shaky Manchester United back line. It could have been more, but for the goal keeping of David De Gea. And at half-time, it's Sheffield United 1, Manchester United 0.
Celebrate the best movies of 2019.
The best in the whole world!
No. Best in the galaxy. Available December 2nd on Sky Cinema.
masculine fragrance by Dolce & Gabbana.
The magic starts here with Real Deals for You. This amazing 11-piece crescent adjustable wrench and spline socket set is just £19.99. This Irwin Marple's 8-piece chisel set has split-proof handles and is supplied in a wooden box at just £69.99. For details of these and more magic offers, visit realdealsforyou.com to find your nearest stockist.
Big brands at our lowest prices at Curry's PC World.
Save up to £350 on these LG 4K TVs with NanoCell technology for crisp detail from $499. Save up to £200 on these Samsung fridge freezers, like this silver model, now just $349. Our lowest price. And save up to £250 on Samsung Q Series soundbars. The Q60 model is just $349. Plus get a 6-month Spotify subscription for free at Curry's PC World.
Oh, it hurts. But you're not using smarter tools to run your business. You work too hard to work this hard. Collecting receipts? Is it the 80s? Doing your VAT by hand? Oh, mate. You should be wrangling pets, not payments. QuickBooks gives you a brilliant set of business tools that do all the hard work for you. You may groom pooches, but you don't have to work like a dog. Short back inside, sir.
QuickBooks, backing you.
For the players.
Sheffield United lead Manchester United by a goal to 0, and their former favourite Brian Deane is here to see it with Graham Souness. How impressive was that, Brian, from the Blades?
I think it's, to be honest, it's just what has been happening down here. You know, they were very unlucky against Liverpool, for example, and I think, you know, they've approached the game. We talked before that you would have to outwork them as a unit, and if you look around the pitch, they've been first to every ball.
Typified by the goal, I guess, and that ball into the channel, which you'd have had to chase a few times here.
I wouldn't have minded chasing that, to be honest, but yeah, it's just a quick ball into the corner. You know, you've got the 3 centre-backs, and he's just chased him.
Do you think they're targeting this one in particular, Phil Jones?
I think they're just going down both sides. You know, they're very mobile, and it's just whichever side the
Is he fouled? Does Lee Smith say foul him?
No, I don't think so. I mean, like, you know, he's a centre-half. You know, you've got to be strong. If he's got a doubt there, he's got to go into the stands.
Graham?
He's having a look to see was it where his goalkeeper was or where Musab was. But he's got to get his body forward. He's got to protect the ball. He's just done everything wrong. You know, just protect the ball. Try and get bounce it off the forward and get a goal kick or a throw in for your team. But he just gets it all wrong. He's just in the wrong position.
He's looking for a foul, isn't he?
It's a player that, I mean, let's be blunt about it. Jones ain't a cute player. So for him, you know, and he's not 20 years old, it should have been a case of Rosette.
Yeah.
You know, he's not the cutest of players. He's not got the greatest touch. But get your body in the right place, be strong, and at worst, give away a throw-in. Nah, he just gets it all wrong. But United have been, you know, this is how the game's changed. This is a total throwback, this team. They get after you, aggressively. They make you work your socks off. That saying that used to exist in football, the fight for the right to play, this is when you play Sheffield United. You have to go through that. Normally you don't in a modern football. De Gea makes a couple of great saves here. That's a great strike.
Keeps his team in it, doesn't
yeah.
it? And this is a player McGoldrick, Brian, who hadn't scored yet in the Premier League. Does he do anything wrong?
I think when you haven't scored in the Premier League yet, you just focus on trying to hit the target, which he's done. I think he'll be looking at it now and thinking perhaps he should have given it a little bit more. It's a great save, by the way. Great save.
He's kept his team in it there, but they are one down here. Just one attempt from Manchester United going forward. It's been all Sheffield United. Will they rue the fact they haven't been able to get another goal for that domination in that first 45? What more to come from Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
This is how driving should feel. The next generation Nissan Juke with Google Assistant integration.
Hey, I know my energy will never die. I need my inner peace and peace of mind. For the momentum, I know they better, they for the momentum. For the momentum, I know they better, they for the momentum. Out now.
Rashford. Williams. Marcus Rashford taking his time before getting his shot away.
Well, he waited, Rashford, initially when he got the ball. He was looking for a pass, and in the end he got confronted by two Sheffield United defenders and then had to beat them. Does well. The shot was a little wild at the end of it.
He's been United's talisman this season. They've won 4 Premier League games and he has scored in all of them. Manchester United came into this match off the back of their worst start to a top-flight campaign in over 30 years. Just 2 wins from their last 7 Premier League matches. Sheffield United don't normally throw it away when they've led at the break.
It's a pretty impressive record.
Away goes Lundstrom. Just seemed to have the edge on Williams. Forced to check back in the end. Baldock, though, has made the run. And Williams dives in, catches it, and that's going to bring a card, I think, for the fullback.
It was really a good play again from Sheffield United down that side where I thought they were dominant in the first half. Manchester United's left. Composure. We've got supporting. Just lunges in, Brandon Williams.
A yellow card for the 19-year-old, who since turning 19 has now made 8 senior appearances for Manchester United. And this a day of education for him against a team really up for it. Fleck put a disguise on it to Lundstrom, and Manchester United were wise to it. Lingard leading the charge out and being taken down by Lundstrom. That's going to get him a booking, which he accepts.
Yeah, almost if he wanted it. He just wanted to break the attack up. They try a clever one. Manchester United read it. Fred steps in. And Lundstrom just cynically brings down Jesse Lingard.
The archetypal tactical foul. A Liverpool fan for whom Manchester United would of course be a big scalp. Pereira loses out to Mousse. Here's Fleck, and Mousse has gone in behind Fred. It's Lys Mousse going for it and striking magnificently. It's turning into a dream day for Sheffield United. Lys Mousse, a big part player of Bournemouth, has found a real home here in South Yorkshire, and it's 2-0.
Oh, what a hand he had in the first goal. He's gone and scored the second. Absolutely brilliant from Mousse. Manchester United give it away in this corner. The movement again non-existent from the front three. They couldn't get it into him. Pereira gives it away and then they're away. What a pass. And it's just whether Mousse, he's always going to get his shot away. Can he beat De Gea? And he can. Wonderful pass, it really is. It's all there for him, the striker. And he deserved this goal. He's been fantastic this afternoon. De Gea, who has made some good saves. Helpless.
Dreamland for Lys Mousse, his 4th of the season. He's now the club's top scorer, but despair for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Their woes added to by a man who's now scored more here this season than he'd managed in 3 seasons at Bournemouth. And Sheffield United with the wind in their sails. He's offside that time though, Mousse.
Football brilliant again from Sheffield United. Really is. Forget their attitude's better, their football's better, the quality of everything that they're doing is top notch. You can see, my first time here this season, why they are where they are. It's a team.
Well, often teams that come up talk about this kind of game being a free hit, but there's no such thing in Chris Wilder's mentality. They've already shown they're undaunted by facing so-called higher-ranked opponents. Even coming into this game, they've got 5 points from last season's top 5, including the winning against Arsenal. They're well on their way to another win here. There's only one United, they're saying here now. Fred on by Lingard. Anywhere will do at the moment for Ender Stevens. Sheffield United just settling themselves down after the excitement of that second goal for Lys Mousset.
The dream scenario for Sheffield United. Half time, I'm sure they were thinking that they deserve to be more than 1-0 up, and saying to each other, don't waste that first half's good work, and they haven't done. They started the second half equally as well.
Andreas Pereira. James. Pereira. Now Fred. Lingard. Rashford. Williams. Rashford going on. Turned behind by Jagielka, who's held things together so well at the back.
He read it well, just got across in time. Manchester United are going to get back into this game. You'd think they'd have to get a goal quickly.
Fred on by Lingard. Maguire almost got a lucky break off Martial, but not quite.
Graham Souness said at half time it was a throwback of a team. You see what he means, but there's some real quality with them. But the front two, they work so hard. The back three head everything. And the midfield players are just really steady and good on the ball, shift it around well.
It's a very old-fashioned rise for a manager, isn't it, that Chris Wilder has been on, bringing this team through 2 promotions. He's kept the core values of that team. He's being lauded here now. A player here under Dave Bassett, who similarly brought Sheffield United through the divisions to thrive at this level. Lingard, Maguire. Pereira. Cleared by Basham. Now Rashford. Pereira just escaping Fleck. It's Fred.
The lack of movement from Rashford, Martial and James is a joke. It really is an absolute joke. All game. Nothing at all from them. Manchester United's midfield's poor, but you expect better from that front three.
Sheffield United have been much sharper in every regard. Here's James. Lingard.
You said to Chris Wilder, swap McGoldrick and Mousse for Rashford and Martial, he'd say no.
Here's Fred. Wan-Bissaka with a cross. Cleared by Chris Basham. Williams. Maguire tries to place one through.
Well, he'll be looking round at his bench and thinking, what do I do? There's not much there, maybe Mason Greenwood. Ashley Young maybe relieve Brandon Williams on that left-hand side. It's been tough for him down there. Mata maybe frustrated figure.
Has been told that he would be used more sparingly this season, but it is needs must at the moment for Manchester United, and the predicament could get worse yet. Here's Baldock. It's broken from Mousse, Lundstrom, Norwood. John Lundstrom. Williams loses out to Baldock. Trying to cut it back for Basham. Cleared by Fred. Now Rashford. Jagielka was to him, and that's the standout feature for Sheffield United, the willingness to press.
Hunger. Desire just to win the ball back. They want it more. Every single challenge to get in there first.
And Wan-Bissaka got to that one late and picks up a yellow card as a result of that challenge on McGoldrick.
Philip just pops it round the corner. It was his pass for the goal to Mousse that was so good.
O'Connell's kick. Baldock. Now Lundstrom. Typically given away to Martial. Now can Manchester United make the most of the gift? Here's James.
He pushes cheeks, Daniel James. There's a one-on-one, he just goes outside, tries to whip it across into that space behind Jagielka. He's too close to the goalkeeper.
Well, so far the change of shape, the change of personnel hasn't reaped dividends for Manchester United. Their plight has worsened. Still looking for that spark. Pereira. And that just about sums it up.
It is away from home where you find out about the character of a team, and this Manchester United team we know lacks maturity and quality. It really is surprising how poor they can be away from home. So many times this season, it's as if they really have that sort of anxiety and fear of being in a stadium away from Old Trafford. No authority on the pitch whatsoever. As soon as they go a goal down, there's a massive problem for them. And Sheffield United know that. Every team knows that.
Sheffield United have already made the best start by a promoted team in 7 years, since West Ham, when they came up via the playoffs and had 19 points at this stage. Ham has actually lost their 13th game that season, but still ended up 10th in the table under Sam Allardyce. Much more of this, and Sheffield United will be setting their sights higher. Here's Wan-Bissaka. James. Lingard. Martial strikes.
And he just dropped into a space, Martial, and hits it really well. He's got a strike on him. Goalkeeper had it covered. Just pulls his arms away.
Simon Moore, who we believe may be the first footballer from the Isle of Wight to play in the Premier League, was part of their League One promotion winning team. Got injured in a championship campaign, after which he'd made 18 appearances, his last back in May 2018. Called up today because of Dean Henderson's absence against his parent club, and it's been a fairly straightforward afternoon, evening for him.
I think it's Premier League's doddle. But there is still time. They have to keep the concentration. Sheffield United, Manchester United do have 2 or 3 players up top who could come alive.
Springs back off flick, no question of it being a back pass though.
Just look at the body language though, that front 4 of Manchester United there. They don't look alert, they're just ambling around. Rashford's not even watching the game.
In a raised boot there on David McGoldrick, but it's the throw in that Sheffield United get. He'll still be sore at not getting his first Premier League goal after the first half header that De Gea saved. Stevens, nice touch from McGoldrick. Wan-Bissaka deals with it. Here's Fred. Williams. Maguire. Lingard. Martial tries a trick to get past his man, only to find Ollie Norwood in the way.
He's been really good, Ollie Norwood.
Mousse on the chase for this, but has to give up, and he's pulled up.
I was going to say, that would have been a nightmare for Lindelof. Mousse was in a similar position as in the first half with Phil Jones, but it looks like he pulled his hamstring.
That's really bad timing, because I think they were about to take him off anyway. Ollie McBurney's coming on. I don't know if they'd had word that there might be a concern, but just those extra few seconds may have proved costly.
Yeah, Chris Wilder will be sick down on the touchline, because they were just about to substitute him. And it was the perfect ball for him. His eyes lit up, you can see he's limping already, and then it goes.
What annoys me more than anything in football is
and that will be an unfortunate end to what's been a fantastic day for Lys Mousse, who played such a massive part in the first goal and scored the second. Helping him back to his feet, having been beaten by him in the second half. day to remember.
A sad end for him. He gets the ovation he deserves from the crowd because he's really been a big presence for Sheffield United in this game. Assist for the first, and then this one lays it off into Fleck. It's a lovely little return pass. The weight's perfect. Just takes it out of his feet and passes it into that far corner. Brilliant goal.
Former French under-21 who lost both his games against Manchester United as a Bournemouth player will be hoping his goal can preserve a win here. And on in his place comes Ollie McBurney, who played for Manchester United as a teenager on work experience in a Milk Cup youth tournament in Northern Ireland. A team that Andres Pereira actually captained. And now they're on opposite sides with Sheffield United in the driving seat, and McBurney already making his presence felt there against Lindelof at the expense of a free kick.
Yeah, intention straight away.
Basham. No rush for the free kick.
No, they just started to slow it down, Sheffield United, and why wouldn't you? With the throw-ins and the free kicks.
You know what? I was asked to do Life Size 2 17 years ago. Wow. And I finally said yes. After all these years.
Manchester United just switched. Jesse Lingard and Marcus Rashford in the moment.
Stevens. McBurney.
How much fun do you have hosting America's Got Talent? I have a lot of the emotional kind of thing with them.
Here's Bulldog. Determined to get there ahead of Rashford. O'Connell. Fleck. Broken up by Wan-Bissaka. Rashford caught on his heels. It's Jagielka. It's too long for McGoldrick. Comfortable times for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the sacking season having already started with Maurizio Pochettino's departure. Manchester United have pledged previously to stand by their man in this period of transition, although results like this don't help. Previously to stand by their man in this period of transition, although results O'Connell like this.
Too easier. It was just Daniel James has done great, and the header is flicked on head by Basham. It goes to Brandon Williams at the far post. I mean,
it's a good finish.
It was a great finish. It was on the half volley as well, straight off the laces as well on the half volley. What a wonderful finish from a lad who's hardly played any Premier League football. I tell you what, I think the boy he's going forward. By the way, I know this game's been difficult, and they're not easy for any young boy to play consistently all the time, but I tell you what, that's going to help him no end in his career, scoring that goal.
They've made a change here at Manchester United in the immediate aftermath of scoring the goal.
Mason Greenwood has come on for Andreas Pereira. So Greenwood, Rashford, Martial, James and Lingard all on the pitch now for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I mean, it would be a travesty, in all honesty, if they were to get something from this game, but they've got 17 minutes. And that goal from the 19-year-old Brandon Williams has given the travelling fans some hope. Here's McBurney at the other end, though. Sheffield United looking to restore their 2-goal cushion. Can't find McGoldrick. Williams, having just scored at one end, does his defensive duty at the other and plays it back to De Gea, the goalkeeper. Dan James with the ball forward. Different feel about the game now. A few nerves, a mood of anxiety around Bramall Lane. Sheffield United are the only side who haven't conceded in the last 15 minutes of matches this season. If they can maintain that run, that goal from Williams will be no more than a consolation. Here's Victor Lindelof. Into the feet of Lingard. Lingard looking for Rashford, who's had a quiet second half. Headed out by Jack O'Connell. It will be a throw in which Wan-Bissaka wants to take quickly. Midway inside the Sheffield United half of the field. It's interesting for Sheffield United now, just dealing with this situation where they were comfortable 2-0 and deservedly so as well. But United get a goal out of nothing. Good goal as well, they did score. But it's about their concentration level and their bravery now. Can they carry on doing what they were doing before, or a few players going to lose their composure?
And that's the big question. As John Lundstrom smashes a clearance into the stands on this near side. Here's Fred now for Manchester United. 15 to play. 2-1 Sheffield United lead. And that goal for Brandon Williams extending the record for Manchester United this season. That every single goal they've scored in the Premier League has been from a player 23 or less in age. Into the feet of Harry Maguire. Now Lingard being urged forward by the travelling hordes. Lingard thought about shooting, does shoot. Charged down by Jagielka. Lindelof heads it back towards the Sheffield United penalty and it's scooped upfield towards McGoldrick. One back by Harry Maguire. And here now is Lindelof on the halfway line. Suddenly the team in black are seeing an awful lot more of the ball.
Yeah, goal has made a bit of a difference. It's just really, it's come from a young player. Now looking for their more experienced players to try and, bring something into the game, because they haven't done it so far. The likes of Lingard has come on and hasn't done enough, to be honest.
It's been the story of the season though, hasn't it? That it's the older players who've let the younger ones down, not the other way around. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Manchester United had 70% possession in this second half. As Martial turns away from Basham, finds James over on that left-hand side. Didn't quite continue his run, Martial, as James expected, and Basham clears upfield, but he'll come straight back again from Maguire. Well forward here against his old club, and he's found James on the left-hand side. James drills it across the 6-yard box, but nobody in black waiting to tap it into the far post. Wan-Bissaka keeps it alive with Lingard. And here's Wan-Bissaka again. Rashford, right corner of the area. That's a good ball, and that's an equaliser. Mason Greenwood with his first Premier League goal. And they've turned it right around. Well, Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 2.
Well, that is absolutely amazing. That is something out of nothing, to be perfectly honest. They've gone and done it. Sheffield United haven't reacted well at all from when the first one went in. And after that, it's been about United, not with great ball retention, but they've just been shown a little bit more energy, and it has put Sheffield United under pressure. And they've gone and conceded the second from a lovely ball into Greenwood from Rashford, right on the edge of the 6-yard box. And where Sheffield United have been so strong defensively most of the season, Chris Wilder will be so disappointed with that, because his central defenders have really let him down there.
What a turnaround. 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes. Manchester United have been desperate for much of the afternoon, but incredibly, they are back on level terms, and who knows, they may even go and win it.
Well, I mean, what can we say? I mean, they've been awful, Manchester United, yet they, at this moment in time, they're going to take a point away from this game.
It's Mason Greenwood's 4th goal in all competitions this season. He scored for the under-21s in midweek as well. He is a young player with whom Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been very public in his views that he has a bright future. It's the present that Manchester United fans are concerned about, and whether they can somehow snatch victory from the jaws of defeat here. Maguire plays it out to the right-hand side. I do think it's significant as well, Paul, that Sheffield United no longer have that outlet with the pace of Lys Mousset. So that when they are trying to hit and counter-attack, McBurney and McGoldrick don't quite have the same capabilities.
Yeah, I mean, that might have been one of the issues, but I just think we have to say it's them as a unit. Sheffield United are a unit. They're not individuals. They are an out-and-out team, and collectively they never done that. But they haven't got the ball into the front players as many times as they have before. Now they've got... Oh,
and here's James in the area. Greenwood wants it again. Rashford is free too. I don't believe it. Marcus Rashford gives Manchester United the lead in a game they seem to have lost. Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 3.
Amazing, just everything was going wrong, and somehow, I mean, by a little bit of quality, but more luck than quality, they are 3-2 up. Sheffield United have totally lost their composure. This is as bad as they've been in the last 5-6 minutes as they've been all season. I've not seen players or teams running behind them as often as I've seen this last 5-6 minutes. They're that good defensively, but they have seriously let themselves down in this last 10 minutes. Everything about them defensively and going forward, and well, what can we say? What has been the problem?
Well, at least Dick Turpin wore a mask. This is incredible. Yeah. Even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as he hops up and down like an excited schoolboy, punches the air. Even he can't believe it. Even Alex Ferguson, watching on in the stands, can't believe it.
Well, he
Chris Wilder definitely can't believe it.
Well, he's laughing about it because he cannot believe, because it is robbery in Sheffield to be at this moment in time.
Marcus Rashford with his 10th goal in 11 games for club and country. 6 in 6 now for Manchester United, also into double figures for the season. Maybe the scoring's not over yet. Lundstrom, was he fouled by Fred on the edge of the area? No, says the referee.
No, I think he's kicked the ankles of Daniel James. It definitely wasn't a foul.
Here's Greenwood. What an impact he's had since coming on. He just stretched the Sheffield United defence, Mason Greenwood, with his movement. Not to mention the goal. As Daniel James gets a bit excitable, shoots from the edge of the area, deflected into the gloves of Simon Moore, who suddenly, having thought he was going to coast through his Premier League debut, he's been beaten 3 times in 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's not going to look good in his CV, is it, to be perfectly honest? He was looking fine before, and it's all gone wrong for Sheffield United.
Well, Manchester United in the Premier League era have built their reputation on great comebacks. Are we about to witness another here in Sheffield?
Let's call it a comeback. It's not great. They've been awful, absolutely awful. And as much as if it carries on it is, and they win this game, hopefully that Ollie will accept it. But it'll be
what we have learned from the second half?
From the second
half,
not
to play Phil Jones again, clearly.
No, without a doubt.
But apart from that,
you just look at a few younger players. There's a lot to talk about.
Suddenly there's space all over the pitch for Manchester United. Here's Jesse Lingard in the penalty area, and he's rolling into Dan James. They're queuing up in the middle. James' shot blocked Lingard over the crossbar, but it was 4-on-4 momentarily.
Yeah. They're in absolute disarray, they are at this moment, Sheffield United. They haven't been like this all season.
They're going to make a change, Sheffield United, with 7 minutes to go. And it's a positive one because Chris Basham is making way. And it's Callum Robertson, another of the big money summer signings, £8 million from Preston, the Irishman. United are going to react by bringing on Axel Tuanzebe. I mean, this has been enthralling in the last 10 minutes or so. As you say, A game in which United have been utterly dismal for the most of it. Nobody expected that comeback.
No.
Especially not against a Sheffield United team who don't concede goals.
Yeah.
In fact, only Leicester, before today, have conceded fewer goals in the entire Football League this season. They've capitulated at the back.
Certainly have.
Robinson's cross, headed away by Maguire. And here's Dan James from Manchester United. Oh, he hurdles a challenge, and he's got Greenwood on the overlap. And again, they're queuing up in the middle of the black shirts. Greenwood into the area. Rashford has just held his run on the edge of the box. Still Greenwood in possession. Trying to drill it low across the 6-yard box. He's won a corner. I think he's made an impact, Mason Greenwood.
Well, he has. He's just run into space. That's the difference. He's run into space, and they've been actually passing the ball. In the first half, they wasn't doing it. The early part of the second half, they weren't doing it. But that one goal has made such a difference for him. There's added a little bit of belief, but there's a lot more to be said. Ollie's got to say the right things after. He's got to be truthful.
Well, Anthony Martial is making way for Axel Tu and Zabi. I don't know if that's the right thing for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to do, because the reason that Manchester United have clawed their way back into this game is because they've started to stretch the Sheffield United defence. And of course, it's in the coaching manual, if you're trying to protect the lead, take off a forward player for a defender, but I think their best form of defence is attack.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm not a lover of this. Lover of it when teams do this. He's virtually saying, come on to us, put the ball in the box to take off a forward, because the reason why Sheffield United have got problems now, that means now they're going to gamble and send in more people going forward to maybe to earn free kicks to go for dead balls.
Well, we shall see. It's an injury comeback for Axel Tu and Zabi. They have a corner, Manchester United, which Freddie's going to take from the near side. Left footed towards the far post. Maguire got up there. Headed clear by Jagielka. That's a lovely take from the sky by Fleck. He left Fred in a heap, and he's picked his pass into the centre circle as well, where O'Connell has played it out to Robinson. Robinson over on the right touchline. Goes back towards halfway and Bulldog. Here is Norwood now for Sheffield United. I don't think the scoring's over yet. Stevens tries to play it forward. Fred does well first time to win it back, and then his clearance clatters against Ender Stevens. And Manchester United haven't got out. Here in the left wing position, they come again, Sheffield United. Billy Sharp has snuck onto the pitch while we were talking. I don't know who he's replaced. Just spotted the number 10 for Sheffield United. I think he has come on for David McGoldrick. That's why you get the big bucks. Well, he knows where the goal is, Billy Sharp, doesn't he? He's Fleck with a cross. Maguire has to head it away, but again didn't get much distance on it. Manchester United penned back inside their own penalty area. What a game in the second half here at Bramall Lane. 3-2 to Manchester United. Sharp looked to be offside, and there's going to be a free kick for the visitors and a chance to relieve the pressure. Well spotted by Sean Massielis, the assistant referee.
It wasn't the best of runs by Billy Sharp, and straight away, I mean, it's a good line by United. Now they've decided to defend properly, where they've been in disarray all over the park, to be perfectly honest.
87 minutes played. It's Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 3, but that only really tells half the story. But it's those United fans behind David De Gea's goal who suddenly singing and chanting. Mason Greenwood, by the way, is the third youngest Premier League goal scorer for Manchester United. Can you name the other two?
I've got to turn around and say Ryan Giggs.
No.
No?
More recent than that, both of them actually.
Oh, no, you're going to have to tell me then.
Danny Welbeck and Federico Makeda, remember him?
Oh yeah, Aston Villa.
It's also the first time United have had two teenagers scoring a Premier League game since October 2005, Wayne Rooney and Giuseppe Rossi. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer trying to orchestrate proceedings from the touchline. It will be fascinating to hear his post-match comments, because on the face of it, the 3-2 win away from home at Bramall Lane from 2-0 down is a great result. But as you say, it's been far from a great performance.
I mean, it shows Sir Alex laughing, but I'll tell you what, if it was him after this game and you'd be jumping, he would go absolutely mad. You'd win the game, but you'd go mad. Absolutely mad. We won a game 5-0 at Highfield Road against Coventry. He absolutely went mad at us after the game.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely went crazy with our performance.
We will await with interest to see what Mr. Solskjaer makes of it. Still time for another twist in the script in the final couple of minutes plus added on time. Wan-Bissaka sliding in to concede a corner. This is where Manchester United need to show some steel in the city of steel. Need to show some leadership as well. Corner played in towards the far post. Climbing highest was Jack O'Connell, but it's behind for a goal kick. How will these Sheffield United players be feeling?
They'll be feeling awful to give up a 2-0 lead in the manner which they have done as well.
I asked you a question, Paul, before the game. Who's going to be first to go? Unai Emery, Marco Silva, Manuel Pellegrini. I can tell you the answer is Marco Silva. You called it. Everton have just announced that Marco Silva has parted company with the club.
I don't think anyone be surprised by that. He was on a tightrope at the start of last season, if you remember, and he just about got over the line, and they again spent money and they've started awful. He hasn't picked the same team twice, doesn't know his forward line, it hasn't worked out for him. And they worked hard to get him as well, didn't they?
Eddie Howe was a boyhood Everton fan, for what it's worth.
I think he remembers his last trip north, doesn't he?
Yeah, that could scupper that one. The ill-fated spell at Burnley. There's a Bournemouth fan actually yesterday on a radio phone-in saying that he served his time at the Vitality.
I actually read that when you I saw your reply as well.
Absolute fool. Seriously. Anyway, back with this game. 20 seconds to go. Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 3. Here is Stevens into the penalty area. Fleck trying to help it goalwards. Robinson turns. Oh, and he's found McBurney. Oh, McBurney's equalised. David De Gea couldn't keep it out. And this incredible second half takes another dramatic twist. Ollie McBurney, the record signing, has repaid another chunk of the fee, or has he? Are we going to see a VAR check in progress here, I wonder? I
wonder if he handballed it, because it hits his knee. I don't know if he's used his hand to get the ball right in front of him. I was about to turn around and say it was a good first touch. Oh, I think it might have hit his right arm.
Well, if it did, it will be ruled out. David De Gea did so well to almost claw it away. It would have been another brilliant save from the Spaniard. Did it hit an arm?
I don't think it did, because no players actually reacted to that. No, it didn't. It didn't hit his arm. So that, to me, that's the goal.
Well, the boos are because a VAR check is in progress.
Yeah, he didn't handball it, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Manchester United praying for salvation.
If this goal isn't given, well, that will say a lot for what's going on. It's not. I know that now. How long? Why is it taking them that long to see that? I know that's not handball, more than anything, because the players do not call handball.
And you can usually tell from the reaction.
Yep. It's amazing.
Well, we're getting the slow motion shots.
Awful.
Ollie McBurney.
And he knew it as well. He pulls his arm out of the way, by the way, Alex.
It's an excellent finish.
It was. The close control was really good. That was not handball. Sorry.
But again, VAR is supposed to be for clear and obvious mistakes. If it takes this long, clearly it isn't clear and obvious.
Correct. Absolutely correct.
I think the goal will be given.
It has to be given.
But Sheffield United fans will be concerned the longer it goes on that it won't be, but it is given.
Of course it is.
Ollie McBurney has his second Sheffield United goal to make it Sheffield United 3, Manchester United 3, and even the most ardent of Manchester United fans can't deny that they deserve at least a point. And that change, taking off Martial when United are on the front foot, bringing on a defender, invited pressure, and McBurney has made Ole Gunnar Solskjaer pay.
Yeah, that could come back and haunt him, that decision. That was a poor decision. I don't like teams who do that, because you do bring teams on there. Because it doesn't matter how poor he did play Martial, he's a threat. So people stay, they drop a little bit deeper. It allowed Sheffield United to step on.
They might win the game, Sheffield United. Bulldog's got a cross into the area. Really important header by Victor Lindelof. It's still in there. Stevens, forward from left wing back. just outside the 18-yard box, stands up the cross. Williams needs to head it clear. Suddenly Manchester United are under the cosh, but they've got a breakaway here. Marcus Rashford sprints forward into the Sheffield United half, and across comes Jagielka, timed the tackle to perfection, and it will be a throw-in when Manchester United were looking really dangerous again.
And it seems to have switched, by the way. If this game was to have another 5-10 minutes on it, I think Sheffield United would go and win it.
Well, we are into 4 added minutes at the end of the game, but Burnley's goal was in the 91st minute, then there was the VAR check. I think we're going to play 96 maybe.
I still can't fathom why it took so long. I can see it. It just doesn't make sense. You look at players, you know it yourself. Not one of them didn't even question it. They just accepted that it was 3-3. So that tells you that it was not handball. Maguire was right in front of him. His touch was that good. Maguire couldn't deal with it. Even he didn't question.
20 seconds and the 4 added minutes remaining. Sheffield United fans cheering their team forward here, but it's Manchester United have the ball with Maguire. One back by Norwood. And again, you have to credit Wilder for his substitutions. McBurney coming up with the equaliser. Lingard showed too much of that to Jagielka. I think he's had a really good game, Jagielka, at 37 years of age. Excellent. He's the oldest outfield player in the Premier League this season. Lindelof putting himself under pressure down by his own corner flag. He's found De Gea inside the 6-yard box. Here is Williams now. Seems a long time ago that his goal got Manchester United back into the game. A lot's happened since then. But here's Williams forward. Maybe one last attack. We're in the 95th minute at Bramall Lane. 3-3 the score. Williams scoops it around Bulldog, but it's cleared again by that man Jagielka. Maguire does well to win it back. Tuanzebe wins a throw off McBurney. The Sheffield United players are asking for the final whistle.
I think that Billy Sharp was thinking about a stretcher with that Henry just went there. The way he was looking at Maguire.
Here's Rashford turning into space on the edge of the area. He's got James to his right, goes for goal. Rashford is blocked. I think he should have played in Dan James. Here is James belatedly, and Wan-Bissaka's going to get a chance to cross into the area, headed away by O'Connell, and it's cleared virtually to the halfway line. But here's Wan-Bissaka still coming forward for Manchester United. They've got to get it into the penalty area. They've gone all the way back to Lingard on halfway again.
And he went round and round and then went backwards. Nothing forward, nothing positive.
The referee has blown for something. Not entirely sure what. Well, Manchester United have a throw level with a penalty area. Wan-Bissaka. In the 96th minute now. Only 4 added on were indicated, but that is a minimum of additional time. Here's Axel Tuanzebe down by the right corner flag. Can he get the cross into the area? There goes the full-time whistle. Well, it's been a humdinger at Bramall Lane. A 6-goal thriller that twisted one way and then the other. Sheffield United looked comfortable at 2-0 up. Manchester United came storming back to lead 3-2, but ultimately Ollie McBurney in stoppage time with a well-taken equaliser means honours are even. It finishes here. Sheffield United 3, Manchester United 3. Phil Jones has been left on his backside by Moussa in the penalty area. Put it back for Lundstrom. Great save by De Gea, but turned in by John Flett. Sheffield United take the lead. Blades of glory again at Bramall Lane.
It's just absolutely amazing. Phil Jones has been a liability. Anything that goes near him, deal with it. Don't throw yourself to the floor looking for foul.
Up the right-hand side, Wan-Bissaka. They just, as you've already alluded to, just look more comfortable. Sheffield United is still the better team, but the golfing class is not as evident. Here's Moussa, though. As I say that, Moussa shoots, and he finds the corner. Double the trouble for Manchester United. Lys Moussa with a rocket shot. Ball out to the right of James. James taking on Stevens. That's a better ball. Aimed in at Rashford. Williams with a shot. He's found the corner. Manchester United are back in the game. And it's Brandon Williams who scores his first goal for the club.
Well, that was something out of nothing.
Here's Wan-Bissaka again. Rashford, right corner of the area. That's a good ball, and that's an equaliser. Mason Greenwood with his first Premier League goal, and they've turned it right around.
Well,
Sheffield United 2, Manchester United 2.
Well, that is absolutely amazing. That is something out of nothing, to be perfectly honest. They've gone and done it. Sheffield United haven't reacted well at all from when the first one went in.
Here's James in the area. Greenwood wants it again. Rashford is 3-2. I don't believe it. Marcus Rashford gives Manchester United the lead in a game they seem to have lost. Stevens into the penalty area. Fleck trying to help it goalwards. Robinson turns. Oh, and he's found McBurney. Oh, McBurney's equalised. David De Gea couldn't keep it out. And this incredible second half takes another dramatic twist. Ollie McBurney, the record signing, has repaid another chunk of the fee. Yeah, Ollie McBurney ultimately with the final say for Sheffield United. Smiles all round at the final whistle. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Chris Wilder, but Paul Parker ultimately, who's going to be the happier manager?
Chris Wilder, without a doubt. He won't take anything away from the players, because he knows at the end of the day that everything they're getting at the moment's a bonus. Their performance was excellent, except for those few minutes when they conceded. But when you just look at it, everything they've done so far, there is going to be a lapse in performances, a lapse in thinking, because a lot of those players are not deemed as Premier League players. They are at the moment Premier League, but they've come from the Championship, so they're learning as they go along. So a little bit of inexperience has cost them. But I'll tell you what, at this moment they look a side going more forward than Manchester United.
And he's bundled him out of the...
A little bit of good fortune, a good strike by Brandon Williams gives him a little bit of a lift. Greenwood then makes a difference when he comes on and gets the his touch, and all of a sudden you think things are going to change for Manchester United. They're going to get that little bit of, good fortune and go on and win the game and then pull it to bed. But no, they've taken a draw, and going back to where you started from, I think it is Chris Wilder who has taken a lot from this game, while Ole Gunnar will still have a lot of people asking a lot of questions.
I should just clarify, we are still awaiting official confirmation of those earlier reports that Everton have parted company with Marco Silva. That's a story that will run and run, I'm sure. What a game at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United, the first newly promoted side to score 3 or more goals in a Premier League match against Manchester United since Leicester back in September 2014. That was quite a game. United were 3-0 up and lost 5-3. That was really the birth of Jamie Vardy as the Premier League player we know today. Will this be the birth of Ollie McBurney, because it was his goal that rescued Sheffield United a point in the end? My thanks to Paul Parker for his expert analysis. It finishes here. Sheffield United 3, Manchester United 3.
The Alan Brazil Sports Breakfast, Monday morning from 6 on
September 2014. That was quite a game. United were 3-0 up and lost 5-3. That was really the birth of Jamie Vardy as the Premier League player we know today. Will this be the birth of Ollie McBurney, because it was his goal that rescued Sheffield United a point in the end? My thanks to Paul Parker for his expert analysis. It finishes here. Sheffield United 3, Manchester United 3.
The Alan Brazil Sports Breakfast, Monday morning from